So basically I said to the guy, have you ever been with a man? And he said, no, I haven't, but, that doesn't mean that there still isn't time for me to, to go into that. I mean, you don't want to, you want to rule anything out, even if you think that you're definitely heterosexual, you should think to yourself, you know what, I should give it a go. There's got to be people should be afraid to experiment. And some people are so adamant that they're not, they're completely straight. They're not interested in the other sex. That there's no possibility that they could be bisexual. But the fact of the matter is, we don't know. We don't know. Sex is sex at the end of the day, and the only reason that you can come out and say a lot of people wouldn't even give themselves the chance. They would say, "Oh, I'm definitely not into the same sex." But in fact, if they were to try it, if they were to experiment, they might realize that they enjoy it. But the stigma is such, certainly for guys, that guys feel like there's no way in hell that I can experiment. People think I'm a faggot. And, people won't look at me the same way. They'll scorn me. They'll ridicule me. I think women's a little bit different. Maybe I think they feel more as if it's kind of cool if you're if you're if if you're a girl to experiment, and guys find it hot, and other people think it's hot to kiss, and obviously even to go a little bit further than that, and to experiment sexually with each other. And it's not seen as not necessarily feminine. With guys, guys are so worried about their masculinity and the repercussions of having of being kissing a guy. Guys even are so reluctant to even hug each other. Any sort of sign of affection is seen as potentially gay, and I think that makes a huge difference. To be honest, I think that you've got to you can't pigeonhole people like that. I mean, some people literally they would tell you, listen, they're not necessarily one thing or the other. They're not necessarily straight. They're not necessarily gay. But they're just a sexual being, and they're happy to have partners of both sexes, um, be it men, be it women. They just enjoy intercourse. So they don't, and they don't worry too much about who it happens to be with and the what society thinks of them. That they're more concerned about are they going to enjoy it, and they see it as I should experiment. I should find out rather than being so sure that you're not definitely not interested in the same sex. They think, well, I'm going to test the waters basically and find out, am I interested in women, or if I'm a guy, am I interested in other guys? And that's something that you know I think as time goes on, I think people are certainly less concerned than they were 40, 50 years ago, and even before that, when obviously it was illegal to have a homosexual sex was actually illegal. So I think as we evolve and we continue to evolve and we progress as a species, and we understand that it's a completely natural thing. It's going to make it easier and easier, hopefully, as the generations go on, for people just to be themselves. Straight, heterosexual, bisexual, homosexual. They're going to feel like people will not be worried about. People will just follow their hearts rather than thinking, "Oh, I can't be that," and sort of torturing themselves because they think, "No, I can't." Society is going to judge me for this. It's going to lambast me for this. They're just going to be themselves, which is ultimately, being yourself is the key to happiness, and whatever that entails, whatever that means, being honest and true to yourself is going to make you feel like a more complete person, a person who's more relaxed, a person who is comfortable in his own skin.